Amazing. Hey, everyone. Looking forward to having this discussion. I know a lot of you probably heard this saying before, but it's a saying that I definitely grew up with my family and friends, and that's you got to put your money where your mouth is. And I think that is something that we're seeing not only with everyone here attending the conference today, but with our future and current athletes in a number different of leagues. Players today have a lot more involvement not only in their local community, but also with the emergence of ESG investing. They have a larger impact that they can make, and they really do want to put their money where their mouth is. So to kind of start out, Rebecca, can you kind of walk us through what you do at Morgan Stanley and how you help players kind of achieve that?
Sure. So I'm part of the Global Sports and Entertainment Division at Morgan Stanley. It's a small niche of financial advisors. And a group of us are part of the NFLPA, the NFL's Players Association, the union that represents the players. So I have a unique, plus I'm also a director of impact investing, which means I have a specialty in socially responsible ESG, DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion investing. So I have the luxury of being able to get in front of athletes, whether it's existing athletes or retired athletes, through the NFLPA and listen to them and hear what they want. But mostly, I think what's more important to discuss right now is the young college athletes. I have a chance to go to the Senior Bowl where every #1 NFL draft pick is there and teach financial literacy education to them and ask them what they want. And also maybe the 3rd or 4th round draft picks at the Hula Bowl in Orlando, Florida, and some of them may not even be drafted. They might just be, get on the team later. So it's a wide variety, and what I'm learning is they do know what they want. And what they want is to use their voice, not just to speak and not just to volunteer and create a charity or be part of a charity, but to put their money in things that represent them. They want to invest in first of all, they're huge risk takers. Think of their career and their life. They want to take risks, they want to invest, they want to own, and they want to make a difference, and they want a legacy and a life after the sport. So when I ask them what they want things that impact their families, their communities, where they grew up. Many of these athletes came from urban cities that maybe were not that great. I was on the Duwamish River Tour. I'm from Seattle. I had no idea that was such a polluted place. My sister had a home there and had 4 boys that grew up along the Duwamish River, so kind of shocking. And a lot of these athletes, they know what they came from, and they still have friends in those communities, families in those communities. Just because they make money doesn't mean they up and leave. They want to stay there and make it better. So with the athletes, they want to take risks, they want to own, and the more important thing I'm hearing is from the younger college athletes is that they're already getting money in college, even if so we would ask them, we'd have them stand up, who is getting NIL, name, image, and likeness money? And even with the ones that are not the first round draft picks, the ones that may be not even going to get drafted, they're still standing up and they're getting paid as a college athlete. So the whole name, image, likeness is creating a younger demographic, and the numbers and statistics show the younger demographics really care even more about environmental impact. But one thing that they also care about even more is the diversity, equity, and inclusion. So including that in the environmental topic and conversation is going to get their attention more. I think we just heard about don't give up on these young people. What you want to do to really get their attention is let them speak their voice, which includes all themes of impact investing. So impact investing actually has 9 different themes, and general sustainability, climate, circular economy, those are just a few. So looking at just part of the themes isn't going to get 100% of the attention of the young athletes. And I think starting with the younger athletes sooner, like our previous panel discussed, especially the college athletes, they're more educated, they're staying in school rather than being drafted as a junior, they're staying the whole time. They're getting inundated with brand deals. They're wanting to become entrepreneurs. They're aware of their social presence, and they're influencers and creators of content on social media. And they're making money, a lot of money in college, some of them much more money than they'll ever make being a pro, if they even make it pro. And they're a very loud voice. So what they really want is they want to take their time, their money, their influence, their business, their entrepreneurship, and their own assets that they keep for themselves, and they want to put that in diverse-owned businesses, women-owned businesses. So as you're talking about the goals and values of the conference and your business, you know, the message that they're telling me is they want businesses to dig a little deeper and look at adding the diversity, equity, inclusion in those conversations. And they want their own money invested that way. So it's no longer just putting them in the same type of investments that I would have for myself or for a Boeing retiree. They're very specific about what they want.
That's amazing. I think that there's a lot of excitement in youth. I think even looking back to when I was in college and having conversations with Scott Jenkins on what Green Sports Alliance can be and sitting here now, I think there are a lot of ideas that kind of come from that. Can you kind of walk us through kind of some of the core issues you're seeing and kind of how those take shape in terms of what players are focusing on now?
Yes. So, you know, players care a lot about gender equality, equal pay, the pay gap for women. They want businesses that are focusing on that. They care about investing or having more local community investment. So where they grew up, they want their money to go there. Some of them, there's many of them that will like build homes for the homeless, and every game they win, they'll give money toward that. Yeah. So big. You know, the athletes I work with, NFL athletes, they're, you know, some of them have huge contracts, 30 million, 105 million. Some of them are, you know, much smaller and have very short careers, but still they're thinking big, they're thinking beyond. And they really want to invest with diverse companies. So if your company is, you know, focusing on climate and sustainability, think about your own boards. Do you have women on the boards? Think about your own employees. Are you representing who's on the field or who's in the, you know, on the court at Climate Pledge? They do care about this. I'm a Seattleite, and I'm a season ticket holder to the Seattle Storm, and Sue Bird just had her retirement ceremony here, and she gave a shout out to OVG about building Climate Pledge Arena. You know, they know, they're aware, and they care about sustainability and environment, but they don't want the conversation to just be about that. They want it to include racial equity investing, gender lens equity investing. So adding those topics and all of the themes across the board for impact investing is what they want.
Yeah, as a building operator, I'm very thankful for them pushing the discussions forward, because a lot of times you end up in circumstances where we may not have the messaging that we need to convey to our fans for whatever reason that may be. So for the young people of today to kind of take those opportunities to put it on themselves is a great lesson for all of us to continue pushing forward. Last messaging, what would you share with everyone in terms of what you think is impactful and how they can go about their day and years?
So kind of a takeaway I'd like everyone to have is when I speak to the athletes, I ask them, where is your money? You know, is your money that you have invested, do you know what you own? Are you owning companies that are violating your own values and ethics? So on that last poll, I think corporate culture on one of the polls was very important. Look at your own company, look at your own investments. Do you have socially responsible investments as a choice in your 401k? Does your corporate assets, are they invested? We have money markets now that can be ESG invested. So go back home, look at your own portfolio, ask your employer about your retirement plan, ask your employer about their corporate business investments, and kind of walk your talk and put your own money where your values are.
Thanks. I think that's a great reminder for me to go home after this and check
Okay.
my 401k
Yep.
PIN card setup. But thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.